everybody, I'm Dani. I'm the owner and operator of SuperNova Skin in the Woodlands, Texas. Today I have my model Mindy here and we're going to be microneedling her face. So the first thing I'm going to do to prep her skin is just a basic cleanse. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so we just cleansed Mindy's skin and then we rinsed twice. So now I'm going to be putting on my anesthetic. We're going to be using a 10.56% lidocaine and we're going to let that sit for about 15 minutes. So let's get that going now. Cool, so now we have all of our numbing on and we're just gonna let Mindy numb for about 15 minutes and then we'll come back and get started. Great, we'll see you then. Okay, so Mindy's lidocaine has completely absorbed into her skin and so you're nice and numb now, right Mindy?
Yes.
Great. So now we're gonna take our device and our cartridge and we're gonna set up our microneedling machine. So I'm just gonna open my cartridge up. And in this cartridge, there is about 32 needles. So we're gonna place this in our pen, and when we turn it on, it's just gonna be vibrating up and down. So you can kind of see the cartridge sticking out. Right now, we're about a 1.25 depth, and we can go down to a 0, or we can go up all the way to over a 2.5. So the first thing we're gonna do is just wipe a little lidocaine off. Now we're gonna take our pure hyaluronic acid and we're gonna put it on Mindy's forehead and then we're just gonna disperse it around her forehead, and this is just gonna be a little bit of slip for our cartridge. Okay, so for Mindy's forehead, we're gonna start at a 0.25. So we're gonna turn our machine on and we're just gonna start going pretty quickly. And we're gonna kind of make our own pattern as we go. So right now, I'm just gonna go up and down. Then you can start doing some circles. So there's just a few itty bitty tiny blood droplets, but we're gonna crank it up a little bit. So we're gonna turn it up to a 0.5. And now we should really start seeing a little bit of a reaction. Are you feeling anything, Mindy?
It's a little.
Just a little, like vibration. Cool. And if we want to see more blood, we can go a little bit slower, or we can increase the depth. but I think we've got a sweet spot right now. And especially because this is Mindy's first time receiving this treatment, we're not gonna go too crazy on her face. But this treatment is really best done in a series. So the first one, you know, we do a little bit of the more shallow depths, really quick, not as many passes on the face. And then as your skin gets a little bit used to it, or as, you know, we start noticing some more maybe conditions that we need to treat, like any individual pock marks from previous acne scarring, anything like that, we can really kind of treat those individually as well. Okay, so we did Mindy's forehead, and you can see it's just a little bit red, a little bit of blood droplets, nothing too bad at all. Whenever this is cleaned up, she's gonna look great. She'll be able to go back to work. You know, she might wanna maybe take the rest of the day off. This might be a weekend treatment if you're someone that really likes to wear makeup or really likes to look put together all the time. But if you're someone who goes around with a natural face all the time, you can probably go back to work and go about your day after receiving this treatment on your lunch break. It's actually a little bit more mild than people think because there is so much blood in a lot of the pictures that make this procedure famous, but we don't have to get such dramatic bleeding to have really good results. So now we're gonna do the right half of Mindy's face, and then we'll come back for the left half too. Okay, so we have done almost all parts of Mindy's face. We saved this left cheek region so we can get a nice close-up view. So microneedling is great for basically all skin conditions, especially people that have textural issues or have issues with loss in elasticity of their skin. Microneedling is also known as collagen induction therapy, and that's because as we're creating all of these little micro traumas in your skin, your body starts healing itself and will produce collagen in order to heal that wound. So whenever that happens, it plumps up the skin. It will definitely help lighten any fine lines and wrinkles, any acne scarring, pock marks, surgical scars, even larger pores and stretch marks can really be helped by microneedling. So we're gonna start on this part of her face. And we're at a 1 right now. But for the right side, in order to see the amount of blood droplets that I wanted to, we had to crank it up to about a 2. So we're gonna do 1 pass at a 1 depth, 1 millimeter depth. And we're not really seeing any blood droplets right now, so let's go ahead and we will crank it up from a 1 to about a 1.75. And let's see if that helps. Great. So we started to see some blood droplets come up. So I'm pretty happy with what we've got accomplished as far as microneedling today. So we're gonna start removing any blood, any residual hyaluronic acid, or any residual lidocaine. So I'm just gonna take some water and rinse her face off, and then we'll come back for the treatment and the protecting. So we'll see y'all in a minute. All right, so we've just finished up cleaning any leftover blood droplets on Mindy's face. So now that our procedure is done as far as the microneedling, now we're going to treat any skin conditions that she has. So the best serum to use with microneedling is something with an epidermal growth factor. Whenever you hear about the vampire facial or the PRP facial, that's really similar to what we did today. It is microneedling, but we're using today a plant-based epidermal growth factor instead of your own that comes from your own blood plasma. So we're going to be using Total Strength today, and Total Strength is amazing. It has honeysuckle in it, it has tea tree, it has coconut sugar. It's a really great product, and it also has the tripeptide 38 blend in it, which is exclusive only to PCA. And what epidermal growth factor does is it just helps increase your cell proliferation. So it's going to help increase your cell turnover rate and also rejuvenate any dead skin cells. So now we're going to be taking our serum, and we've taken 2 pumps, and we're just going to be pressing it into Mindy's skin. So all of these little microchannels that we've created with the needle cartridge in my microneedling machine are down into the deeper layers of her skin than we would normally be able to get topical ingredients into. So we're going to use these microchannels and really press this epidermal growth factor down into her skin. This is going to give her the best benefits, especially if you're using this twice a day after microneedling. You are going to see some pretty incredible results, especially if you're doing this in a series. You're going to really see good results. So we're also going to be using Xlinia today, and this is a serum for fine lines and wrinkles, and I'm only going to take about half of a pump, and I'm going to go over forehead and really kind of not just rub it in, but press and massage it in down into these deeper layers that we're able to get this into now. Go ahead and look up for me, Mindy, and open your eyes and look up. Perfect. I love using this Xlinia to get the little fine lines that are underneath my eyes that no amount of filler or Botox is going to be able to help. Awesome. So now that we've treated with our serums, now we're going to be protecting. So I'm going to do my favorite cocktail. This is what I like to do on my own skin almost every single day. And I'm going to take Rebalance, and I'm going to do just about a pea or more of that. And then I'm going to be taking my sheer tent. And this is a really perfect SPF to be using with this procedure because it is a physical block and not a chemical block. So it's not going to be seeping down into these microchannels and doing its chemical, whoever knows what. This is just a physical block. It's going to sit right on top of the skin. We're going to do about a pea right there. And then we're just going to be cocktailing these together. Now we're going to apply this all over Mindy's skin. So for aftercare, no makeup for a minimum of about 2 days, 72 hours. If you can go longer, you'll get even better results. Any makeup or crud or bacteria that's on your makeup brushes, on your pillowcases, on your cell phone, on your hands, make sure nothing dirty and contaminated comes in contact with your skin. That's a good practice for every day, but especially after microneedling. Anytime you get a treatment done, you can be a little bit more susceptible to bumps and breakouts afterwards. So you might even see a little bit of light peeling in the next few days, and that's totally normal. It's really important that you're wearing sunblock every single day, especially for the 72 hours after your procedure. If you're outside in the sun, you better be covering your face and running from your car to the door of whatever building you got to get into. We don't want to play around with exposing our face to SPF or to UV rays after a treatment. So everything looks great. How do you feel, Mindy?
Great.
Good. So you can see Mindy's face. She truly is ready to go back out and conquer her day. There's no residual blood, there's no raising or scratching, or she's definitely ready to go. So thank you so much for watching today. Thank you, Mindy, for coming in. I had a great time. And if you're interested in microblading or microneedling or microdermabrasion or anything, please check out my website. It's supernovaskin.com, and you can always book online, and I would love to see you. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Shine so bright, shine so bright.